Don't you dare say I'm gonna make it, 'cause I don't believe it.
Welcome back to TWLC Reviews. It feels good to get back to y'all. I'm Quan.
What's up? You got Rain here?
Man, I can't believe I'm about to say this. R.I.P. Jon Snow, man. I truly think that any hope for an honorable redemption from anything in the show now is gone. And for what? Because a couple people were hating because he accepted the wildlings and they couldn't get over their beef with him. Like, let it go. This man was the perfect leader. Risked his life to actually go save that one place from the White Walkers, and now he's dead. Like, what they gonna do now?
Like, this season was like very eventful for him. Like, a lot of stuff happened in, with the Night's Watch period. Like you said, he tries to bring the people together because they have a common enemy, and it only makes sense. If you look at it from like a logical standpoint, you guys have a common enemy. Like, divided we fall, but together we stand. Simple as that. It's just dumb to hold on to that pride. Just that very like old way of thinking. People. If everybody thought like that, we'd still have slavery, man.
To jump a little bit more into the Night King, after he showed up and when he met Jon Snow, he pulled the craziest shit, bro. This man literally brung people back from the dead just by raising his hand. So we know what other abilities that this man is working with. So he's gonna be a hell of a threat in wherever he goes.
It was a very like little surprising thing, Here you see like we actually like it's confirmed pretty much where these White Walkers are really coming from. It was a really quiet moment. Like basically his actions in that scene spoke loudly and very clearly. Like he basically told Jon, like, look, you can't win. Like he told Jon you can't win, and he stood very confidently, and like he didn't need to chase Jon. He didn't need to chase him at all. He just like it shows a glimpse of pride. You can't fight against that, especially you're looking at medieval times here, and there's only a certain amount of swords that could really even touch the Ice King and his generals.
I know some people probably gonna be mad at me for saying this, but Stannis, I'm glad you lost the fight at Winterfell. You are a stray hoe, bro. What kind of man sacrifices his own daughter just to have a chance at victory? No wonder why almost all your soldiers abandoned your ass. You just showed that that's all you care about. And it's only fitting that Lady Brienne was the one to take your life.
I was pretty fond of Stannis, and I felt like I wish he would have won at the Blackwater. He was one of the better candidates at that time. I was like, you know what, Stannis, he's got the experience, he's got the Baratheon last name, he's unquestionable things throughout the show, but none that were like just sending me away from him. After what he did to his daughter, to this point, you saw him just getting more desperate. He had to take drastic measures, I guess. But there's something more important than victory. And I don't think it was a good trade-off for my man Stannis. And it made me think differently of him. But I did want him to win the battle. No matter what happened to him afterwards, whatever. It's not in control of the fucking House Bolton anymore. That's all I really cared about at that point.
How much more can Sansa suffer? Ramsay, you sick bitch. If you not dead by the end of this show, they need to reboot that and cast me in there just so I can get rid of you. She had enough strength to even try to talk to Theon hoe ass when she tried to get out of there. That one girl was going to try to shoot her with the arrow, but Theon had saved her life. We actually get to see Sansa pretty much take another journey in her attempt to actually find a little bit of peace.
For just a second, I gotta put aside the normal analysis that I usually do, just for a second. Theon, bro, man, this is a hoe, bro. Like, I don't care what nobody told me. Like, I don't care. In our reviews, I wasn't that harsh on him, but I didn't throw out exactly how I felt about that mid, and just saying like, yeah, he's messed up mentally, but Come on, bro. Like, killing little kids, and now, like, he just now steps in. He just now does something. It took so much, and he's over here bathing Ramsay, like shaving his beard, and I'm like, yo, just slit his fucking throat, man. Just slit his throat. Like, he just got this man like in the palm of his hand, just from that torture. Theon has never gained my respect, and he never will gain my respect. But back to normal. Sansa, she's been through a lot. She's probably been through, I feel bad for her more than anybody else in the whole show. Sansa never wanted this life, and that's just added on to like the stress. It's changing her, and she's gonna become something eventually.
High Septons. I don't know where these fools came from, but they literally came through and took over the whole damn city. They took Sir Loras, they took Marjorie, and in one of the craziest plot twists, they even took Cersei and put her through one of the most humiliating things by cutting all off her hair and making her walk naked through the streets while everybody harassed her, insulted her, and it pretty much broke her down. Now, I'm gonna keep it real. You know me, I don't like Cersei, but that right there was too much, and it just shows that these dudes need to be stopped. And Tommen, I don't know what you was on with this whole peaceful crap that you're doing, but you gotta recognize, bro, it has to be a balance. How did you just let these people take not only your mama, but your wife?
If Tywin was still alive, he wouldn't have let that happen, and that's on everything, doggy. That's the only time I'll say I miss Tywin. Like, Cersei needed Tywin. Tommen needed Tywin, because Tommen, oh my god, like, he's just at that age where he's just too young to lead, and man, he's so gullible. But like, it shows you like the two sides of the coin. You got Joffrey, which is too young to lead, and you got Tommen, which is too young to lead. But they have very different personalities, and it shows you why. Like, they both show you like the two biggest things that can happen if you give a child like that much power. This is your mom. This is your wife. The whole time I'm like, Tommen, what are you talking about? Like, the High Septon, this guy is like throwing them off jail, throwing them in jail just based off of like what somebody said. Like, it really shows you like the power that the church helpful. Even though like you got two sides of the coin. You got the king, you got the church. Like, you just couldn't cross either one of them. And as you can see, even the church has more power sometimes than the throne. And but honestly, me, that wouldn't happen. Nobody's taking my mom and my wife. Like, I don't care. What are you talking about? Like, it's just not happening. We just gonna have to fight.
Arya, the more I continue the show, I see why everybody loves you. Because even with her internship in Bravos, she's literally becoming what she thought she could be. After she went to like the Hall of Faces, she put on a whole new identity, but she ignored what she had to do when she saw Sir Meryn Trent. And honestly, once I seen him smacking around those little girls, I was happy as fuck when Arya caught that body. I know Jaqen was probably feeling some type of way, but that was worth it. I don't care what nobody say.
I'm slightly different on that. She's been struggling ever since, she's gotten here. She's not like getting the point of everything. She's still young, still not like patient enough for this role that she's trying to ease into. This will probably cause some problems for her and Jaqen. And I feel like there could have been a better time, like a different time in a different place, or she could have went about it a little bit better. Because I don't know. I guess we'll see if the consequences were worth what she got.
My girl Daenerys, you can see she's finally struggling with actually maintaining order in Marine, because you've seen people, whether they were demanding slavery come back or reopening the fighting pits, and it basically forced her to reopen the fighting pits to maintain peace among the people. But even when they had the fighting pits open and Sir Jorah Mormont had fought, the Sons of the Harpy tried to assassinate Daenerys. So she had to get out of there with her dragon. And now she's pretty much in the middle of nowhere, and we seen the Dothraki pull back up. This is my prediction. She's gonna lose it, and she's gonna become a lot more ruthless than we actually seen so far.
Like you can see everything that she's doing is very just. You can't wrong Daenerys at all for everything she's done with, liberating this. She gets Marine, she gets control of Marine, and she's getting comfortable in Marine. So it seems as though maybe she won't head to Westeros. She's learning. And that's why it's very important for her to have advisors, especially at a young age. It's very important. She lost Jorah Mormont as an advisor. She banished him. And Jorah, being a very experienced dude, also a very capable fighter, made him, a really good bodyguard and also a really good advisor. And he was also very just. And you had Sir Barristan. He's a former knight in Westeros, in King's Landing. And now Sir Barristan is dead. So it's like, she doesn't have many advisors. Sure, she has that, the girl, couple people, but, they weren't Sir Barristan and Jorah Mormont. They were seasoned fighters, and they were, they've seen a lot. They were just very versatile, all-around advisors. So, like, her court is just pretty much gone now. And the Sons of Harpy are, like, still here. They're still coming for Daenerys. And if Jorah Mormont wasn't so, stubborn, Daenerys would be dead. So technically right now, as she's probably already have before, she owes him her life, honestly. So it's going to be interesting to see when they meet up again, how she's going to, react to him now. Because the only reason she didn't kill him before was because, he has done some good stuff for her. But she just banished him because it wasn't totally, acceptable. But now, he saved her life again. So how does she feel now? Does that give him a pardon or what?
Being the smart guy that Tyrion is, he actually found to actually talk his way into actually being able to advise Daenerys. So Tyrion, my mans, I gotta give you your props for that. And I really think that this partnership is really gonna benefit him for real.
It was very unrealistic and very hypocritical for her to just immediately accept him as an advisor, because it was very random. So apparently you don't want Jorah around at all anymore, because even though he's helped you, because initially he came there with ill intent to spy on you, and now even though Tyrion was on the other side, he can come over here, like not even just the other side. He was in direct opposition of you. He comes there and he can immediately join your court. It was the dumbest part of the whole show to me up until this point. It didn't make sense at all. You're just so willing to accept it. So I really did not like that, because it's very hypocritical. Because why are you banishing Jorah Mormont, but you accept him immediately? I'm not going to let it stress me out, but yeah. Let me pass that part and get into what I think he can actually bring to Daenerys. He is very smart. He can talk his way out of stuff. He knows King's Landing. He knows about the politics and the struggles of Westeros. Of course, he's never experienced all of it. He's never lived up north, but he's been over there. He knows what's going on. She's seen that like readily. Like, yeah, he can be very valuable to me. But is it worth the risk? Probably not, because it could mean your life. But he can bring her a lot. Basically Daenerys just got a huge plus against King's Landing there. And I feel like Tyrion, he's gonna add some different insight to her that Jorah and Sir Barristan didn't really give her.
Jaime and Bronn had went to Dorne because they were concerned for Jaime's daughter Myrcella, because after the Mountain had did Oberyn, rest in peace, bold as hell, his wife Arya basically wanted revenge, and she looked at Myrcella, the only Lannister there, as means to get that revenge. And Jaime had went to get her, and they went back on the boat together, and she started like bleeding from her nose. I don't need season 6 to tell me this. She's dead. She poisoned that girl, man. And I know we discussed this before. I felt her pain, especially seeing her husband's head get crushed in front of her. That is some traumatic shit. However, there's a code of conduct, bro. You don't kill a kid because of someone that's not even related to that child did to your husband. Like, it just doesn't work that way.
Honestly, it's very childish. Like you said, this dude not related to her, but he didn't do anything to him technically that wasn't fair. It was a one-on-one duel that he signed up for, that I doubt he would have wanted retaliation from if he lost. It's very childish, and she's just so caught up in that. It's like, you accept it. That's the decision that your husband decided to make. Like, that's what he decided to do. He suffered the consequences. Oh well, if you were worried about the consequences so much, if you knew this was going to happen, like if he lost, then you should have talked him out of doing it in the first place. And killing a kid, it's whatever, I guess. It's all fair in love and war, I guess, especially in these type of times. If she's means to wage war against him, I guess she put her fingers on whoever she could get her fingers on, and that was Myrcella, I guess. Honestly, I started to feel bad for Cersei. I didn't feel bad about her when Joffrey died, but now that Myrcella died and she had to take that walk, I really, and she was getting tortured, like, I really started to feel bad for her because she didn't deserve it, honestly. I mean, if you were going to kill her. But like that, there's some things that are worse than death. Not even just walking through the streets naked. People like trying to touch you, throwing shit at you, food, spitting on you, like just very. 'Cause I know like she's gonna get her revenge, and I know she's got something stored. And you know she's gonna be a lot more ruthless because you know she's losing all her kids. All her kids are dying. You know her dad's dead, her mom's dead, her kids are dying. It's just crazy.
I will say this show has been progressively getting better, and not even because of the fights, all the concepts, the shocks, everything. So me personally, for the first time, I gotta give season 5 a 10. This one truly deserves it. Rain?
Probably like an 8. There's a lot of things that just like I think a lot of the seasons before this, like 10 definitely. And there were a lot of things that, like, a lot of shockers that happened in the season that nobody expected. Nobody expected Jon to die. Nobody expected Stannis to do the things that he did to try to achieve victory. At this point, nobody expected Theon to actually turn around and help. You know, because he's looking like a mindless freak for, like, the past couple seasons. There's a lot of things that happened unexpectedly. You know, Tyrion, everything. Pretty good. Really good.
We'll be back with the season 6 review as soon as possible. But let us know what y'all think. Comment down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, stay strong. And don't take what we say out of context. Peace and love.